What if I told you that the life you're living, the thoughts you think, and the decisions you make are all part of an elaborate illusion? Not one you created intentionally, but one built by society, by habits, by beliefs you didn't even choose. Right now, most people are walking through life asleep, trapped in patterns so ingrained they seem impossible to break. But here's the truth. Those patterns are not you and the life you think you're stuck with. It's only a fraction of what you're capable of. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to wake up tomorrow with a mind that's clear, not weighed down by fears or insecurities, not lost in the noise of 100 distractions, just pure awareness, focused energy, and a sense of flow so powerful it feels as if the universe is moving with you, not against you. That state of being, what some call higher consciousness, is your birthright. But most people will never access it, not because they can't, but because they've been conditioned not to. From the moment you were born, the world began teaching you its rules. Be this, not that. Think small, fit in, don't question. Every TV show, every classroom, every authority figure had a hand in shaping the invisible script you follow. And here's the kicker. Your mind believed it all. Your brain, remarkable as it is, isn't designed to question every input it receives. It's designed to learn, adapt, and repeat. That's how habits form, it's how beliefs take root, and over time it's how you came to see the world. And yourself, not as they truly are, but as you were taught to see them. But here's where things get interesting. Your brain isn't static, it's not a finished product. Science calls this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, to create new connections, to change. This means the limits you think you have, the fears that hold you back, even the patterns that seem unbreakable, they're all illusions, and once you see through them, everything changes. Think about this, most of your thoughts aren't even yours. They're echoes of what you've been told, what you've absorbed. Take a moment right now and notice your own mind. What's it saying? Maybe it's reminding you of something you forgot to do. Maybe it's doubting this very message, telling you it's too good to be true. That's not you, that's your conditioning speaking. And the first step to higher consciousness is learning to recognize that voice for what it is. A program you didn't choose, but one you can absolutely rewrite. This is where the power of awareness comes in. Awareness isn't just paying attention, it's stepping back and observing. When you feel angry, it's noticing the anger instead of becoming it. When you're afraid, it's asking, where is this fear coming from? Is it even real? Most people spend their lives reacting, caught up in a cycle of emotions, thoughts, and impulses they barely understand. But you can break that cycle. The moment you step into awareness, you've taken your first step toward freedom. Freedom from what? From the limitations that keep you small, from the stories you've been told about who you are and what's possible for you. Imagine living without the constant need to prove yourself, without the fear of failure or rejection. Imagine creating from a place of pure inspiration, where the only limit is your imagination. That's what happens when you move beyond conditioning and into higher consciousness. You tap into a state where life flows effortlessly, where challenges become opportunities, and where you realize that the only thing holding you back has been your own mind. But let's not sugarcoat this. Breaking free isn't easy. The mind doesn't let go of its patterns without resistance. It's like trying to change the course of a river that's been flowing the same way for decades. The current is strong, and at first it feels impossible. But here's the secret. The current only has power if you fight it. The moment you learn to observe it, to flow with it, everything begins to shift. This is where emotions play a crucial role. Think about how often your emotions dictate your actions. Anger makes you lash out. Fear makes you retreat. Sadness makes you withdraw. But what if I told you that your emotions aren't just reactions? They're signals, guides pointing you toward deeper truths. Anger, for example, often hides unmet needs or boundaries being crossed. Fear can reveal what you care about most. And sadness? It's often a call to let go of something no longer serving you. By observing your emotions without judgment, you start to see them for what they are: energy. Energy that can be redirected. When you feel anger, instead of exploding, you can channel it into action. When you feel fear, Instead of running, you can use it to prepare and grow. This is emotional mastery, and it's a key to unlocking higher consciousness, because the more control you have over your inner world, the less power the outer world has over you. And that's just the beginning. As you begin to step out of reactivity and into awareness, you'll notice something extraordinary. Life starts to feel lighter. Problems that used to weigh you down lose their grip. You begin to notice opportunities you couldn't see before. It's not that the world changes, it's that your perception does. You're no longer a victim of circumstances. You become the creator of your reality. Here's the next 1,000 words of the script. Now, let's take this deeper. What does it mean to truly become the creator of your reality? It means realizing that your thoughts, your emotions, and your intentions are not passive, they are active forces shaping your experience. Think about it. Every decision you've ever made began as a thought. Every belief you hold shapes how you interpret the world, and every emotion you feel colors your actions and reactions. When you understand this, you see that your reality isn't happening to you, it's happening through you. This might sound like a radical idea, but it's backed by both ancient wisdom and modern science. Philosophers like Neville Goddard taught that imagination creates reality. Scientists studying neuroplasticity have discovered that the brain reorganizes itself based on the thoughts you repeat and the actions you take. When you focus on fear, your brain becomes wired for anxiety. When you focus on gratitude, your brain becomes wired for joy. The choice is always yours. But most people never make this choice consciously. They let the world decide for them. The media tells them what to fear. Advertisements tell them what to want. Social norms tell them how to live. And so they stay stuck, believing that this is just the way things are. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. You are far more powerful than you've been led to believe. The key is learning to direct that power. One of the most effective ways to do this is by entering what's known as a flow state. You've probably experienced it before, even if you didn't realize it at the time. Maybe it happened while you were working on a project you were passionate about, or during a moment of deep connection with someone. Time seemed to disappear. Your actions felt effortless, almost automatic. That's flow. The state where your mind and body are fully aligned, and your consciousness is tuned into the present moment. Flow is not just a pleasant experience, it's a doorway to higher consciousness. In this state, your mind is free from distractions and negativity. You're not overthinking or doubting yourself, you're simply being. And when you're fully present like this, you tap into a deeper intelligence, one that goes beyond logic and taps into intuition, creativity, and even synchronicity. Achieving flow isn't reserved for artists, athletes, or visionaries. It's something anyone can cultivate with practice. It begins with intention, choosing an activity that challenges you just enough to hold your focus without overwhelming you. It might be painting, writing, gardening, or even problem-solving at work. The key is to immerse yourself completely, letting go of distractions and fully engaging with the task at hand. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes, and the more often you'll find yourself in flow. But flow alone isn't enough. To truly unlock higher consciousness, you must also address the barriers that keep you stuck in lower states of awareness. These barriers often come in the form of fear, doubt, and limiting beliefs. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," or "I could never do that"? These thoughts are not facts. They're stories your mind has been trained to tell. And like all stories, they can be rewritten. Rewriting these stories starts with awareness. The next time you notice a negative thought, don't just accept it. Question it. Where did it come from? Is it even true? Most of the time, you'll find that these thoughts are based on old experiences or fears, not your current reality. Once you see them for what they are, they lose their power. And in that moment, you're free to choose a new thought, one that supports your growth instead of holding you back. Let's talk about the power of intention. Intention is more than a wish or a goal. It's a declaration to the universe. When you set an intention, you're aligning your energy with a specific outcome. You're telling your mind, your emotions, and even your subconscious, "This is what I want to create." And when your intention is clear and backed by action, the universe responds. But here's the catch. Intention alone won't work if it's blocked by resistance. Resistance comes in many forms: fear, doubt, procrastination, and even the belief that you're not worthy of what you desire. These blocks create a kind of static in your energy, making it harder for your intention to manifest. That's why the first step to setting powerful intentions is clearing resistance. One way to do this is through emotional release. When you're holding on to fear, anger, or guilt, it creates tension in your body and mind. By acknowledging and releasing these emotions, you create space for new energy to flow. Try this. The next time you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to breathe deeply. Inhale through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. As you exhale, imagine letting go of everything that's weighing you down. Repeat this until you feel lighter, more open. Now that you've cleared resistance, it's time to set your intention. Close your eyes and visualize what you want to create. See it as if it's already happening. Feel the emotions you would feel if it were real: joy, excitement, gratitude. The more vividly you imagine it, the more real it becomes to your subconscious mind. And when your subconscious believes something is possible, it starts working behind the scenes to make it happen. But don't stop there. Intention must be followed by inspired action. This doesn't mean forcing things to happen. It means listening to your intuition and taking steps that feel aligned with your goal. Maybe it's reaching out to someone, learning a new skill, or simply taking better care of yourself. These actions, no matter how small, send a powerful message to the universe. I'm ready. As you continue to practice this, something remarkable will happen. You'll start to notice synchronicities, those coincidences that feel too perfect to be random. Maybe you think of someone and they call you, or you stumble across an opportunity that seems tailor-made for you. These moments aren't accidents. They're the universe responding to your energy, and the more aligned you are, the more frequently they occur. This is the power of higher consciousness. It's not about escaping reality. It's about seeing it clearly for the first time. It's about realizing that the universe isn't something outside of you, it's something you're a part of. And when you align your mind, your emotions, and your intentions with that truth, you become unstoppable. But what does it mean to truly be unstoppable? It doesn't mean that life suddenly becomes free of challenges, far from it. What it means is that challenges no longer define you. They no longer have the power to derail your progress or shake your sense of self. Instead, they become opportunities, doorways to growth and expansion. Every setback becomes a lesson. Every obstacle becomes a stepping stone, and with each one your consciousness expands even further. Let's look at fear, for example. Fear is one of the most powerful forces that keep people stuck. It whispers in your ear, don't try, don't risk, stay safe. But what if I told you that fear is not your enemy? Fear is a signal. It's a spotlight shining on the areas of your life where you're being called to grow. The next time you feel fear, don't run from it. Instead, ask yourself, what is this fear trying to show me? What is the opportunity hidden within it? Fear loses its power the moment you face it with awareness. Imagine standing at the edge of a high dive, feeling the fear in your chest. Your mind is racing, telling you all the reasons not to jump. But as soon as you take that leap, the fear transforms. It becomes exhilaration. It becomes freedom. That's the paradox of fear. It only exists before the action. Once you step into it, you realize it was never as big as you imagined. This is a metaphor for life. So many of the things you fear, failure, rejection, change, are only terrifying because you haven't faced them yet. But the moment you do, you unlock a part of yourself that was hidden. You discover strength, courage, and resilience you didn't know you had. And with each leap, you move closer to the life you're meant to live. Now, let's talk about flow states again, because they're not just a tool for accessing higher consciousness. They're a way of living. When you're in flow, you're fully present. You're not worried about the past or anxious about the future. You're here, now, engaged with the moment. And in that state, something magical happens. You tap into a deeper intelligence. Call it intuition, call it universal wisdom. Whatever it is, it guides you with clarity and precision. Think about a time when you just knew what to do, without needing to overthink it. Maybe it was a moment of creativity when an idea came to you out of nowhere. Or maybe it was a decision you made that felt so right you didn't even question it. That's the power of flow. It bypasses the noise of the mind and connects you directly to your higher self, the part of you that already knows the answers. So, how do you live in flow more consistently? It starts with alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in harmony, flow becomes your natural state. But alignment doesn't happen by accident. It's something you cultivate. One way to do this is by focusing on your energy. Energy is the language of the universe, and everything you think, feel, and do emits a frequency. When your frequency matches what you desire, you attract it into your life. Think of yourself as a radio. If you're tuned to a frequency of fear and lack, that's what you'll experience. But if you shift your frequency to abundance, joy, and love, the universe responds in kind. This isn't just a spiritual concept, it's a universal law. What you focus on expands. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And when your energy is aligned with your desires, the results are inevitable. But alignment isn't just about thinking positive thoughts, it's about embodying them. You can't just think abundance, you have to feel it, act on it, live it. For example, if you want more love in your life, start by being more loving. If you want success, show up every day as the version of yourself who is already successful. When your actions match your intentions, you send a clear signal to the universe, and that signal is impossible to ignore. This is where the gateway method comes into play. It's a step-by-step process for aligning your mind, body, and spirit with higher consciousness. The first step is awareness, learning to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. The second step is emotional recalibration, releasing the resistance that holds you back. The third step is entering flow, tapping into your natural state of presence and creativity. And the final step is alignment, living each day with purpose and intention. When you follow this method, you begin to notice profound changes. Your mind becomes clearer, your emotions become more stable, your actions become more intentional, and as you shift internally, your external reality follows. Relationships improve, opportunities appear, synchronicities become the norm. It's as if the universe is conspiring in your favor. Because it is. But don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. Start with one small change. Maybe it's practicing mindfulness for 5 minutes a day. Maybe it's journaling your intentions each morning. Maybe it's choosing to respond with love instead of fear in a challenging situation. Whatever it is, commit to it fully. And as you do, pay attention to how your life begins to shift. You might start noticing things you once overlooked. A smile from a stranger, a moment of peace in nature, an idea that sparks inspiration. These are not random. They're signs that you're tuning into a higher frequency. And as you continue on this path, those small shifts grow into monumental changes. You realize that life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. So, here's the question. Are you ready to step into this new reality? Are you ready to break free from the mental and societal conditioning that has kept you small? Because the truth is, you were never meant to live a mediocre life. You were meant to thrive, to create, to expand. And the only thing standing in your way is the belief that you can't. But now you know better. You've seen the illusion for what it is. A story you were told, but one you don't have to keep living. The choice is yours. You can stay in the comfort of what's familiar, or you can take the leap into the unknown. And in that leap, you'll find freedom. When you make the decision to leap, something extraordinary happens. It's as though the universe has been waiting for you to step into your power. Doors that seemed locked begin to open. The resources you thought you lacked suddenly appear. But it's not magic, it's alignment. When you align your intentions, emotions, and actions, the universe mirrors that energy back to you. You may notice opportunities that were always there but hidden from your view. Maybe it's a conversation that sparks a new idea or a chance encounter with someone who can guide you. These moments aren't coincidences, they're synchronicities. They're proof that when you step into higher consciousness, the world responds. But here's the key. You must take action. The universe can guide you, but it can't walk the path for you. That's your job. Action doesn't have to be monumental. It can be as simple as making a phone call, writing down your goals, or saying yes to an opportunity that scares you. The size of the action doesn't matter. What matters is the energy behind it. When your actions are inspired, they carry a frequency that aligns with your highest self, and from that place even small steps create massive ripples. But let's address the inevitable. Doubt. Doubt will creep in. It will whisper, "What if this doesn't work? What if you fail? What if you're not enough?" Doubt is the voice of your conditioning, the part of you that fears change and clings to the familiar. But doubt only has power if you listen to it. And the truth is, doubt is not your enemy. It's an invitation. Every time doubt arises, it's an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to growth. It's a chance to choose faith over fear, trust over hesitation. When you feel doubt, don't fight it. Acknowledge it. Thank it for trying to protect you, but let it know that you don't need protection. You're ready to move forward anyway. Because courage isn't the absence of doubt. It's the decision to act in spite of it. Think of doubt as a fog that clouds your vision. When you stand still, the fog seems impenetrable, but when you take a step forward, even a small one, the fog begins to lift. Each step reveals more of the path, and soon you realize the fog was never as thick as it seemed. That's the power of momentum. Every action, no matter how small, creates clarity, and clarity leads to confidence. In this context isn't about ego or bravado, it's about trust. Trust in yourself, in the process, and in the universe. It's knowing that even if you don't have all the answers, you're willing to figure them out. It's understanding that failure isn't the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone on the way to it. Every misstep, every mistake, every challenge is a lesson in disguise. And when you view life through this lens, nothing can stop you. Now, let's talk about the role of gratitude in this process. Gratitude is one of the most powerful states of being. When you're in a state of gratitude, your energy shifts. You stop focusing on what's missing and start appreciating what's already present. And the more you appreciate, the more you attract. It's a cycle. Gratitude raises your vibration, and a higher vibration draws in more to be grateful for. But gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. It's about feeling it. It's about taking a moment to fully immerse yourself in the joy of what you already have. Try this. Close your eyes and think of something you're grateful for. It could be something big, like your health or your family, or something small, like the warmth of the sun on your skin. Now, don't just think about it. Feel it. Let that gratitude fill your entire body. Notice how your energy shifts, how your perspective widens. When you practice gratitude regularly, you begin to see life differently. You stop chasing happiness and start finding it in the present moment. And this shift is profound because happiness isn't something you achieve, it's something you embody. It's not a destination, it's a way of being. And when you align with that state, everything else falls into place. But what about the moments when gratitude feels out of reach? The days when life feels heavy and it's hard to see the good? Those moments are the most important ones to practice gratitude. Not to ignore or suppress your feelings, but to remind yourself that even in the darkest times there is light. Maybe it's a lesson hidden in the struggle, or a strength you didn't know you had. Whatever it is, finding even the smallest thing to be grateful for can shift your energy and help you move forward. This brings us to the concept of resilience. Resilience isn't about avoiding challenges, it's about rising through them. It's about knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you have the power to overcome it. And that power comes from within. It comes from your awareness, your perspective, and your willingness to grow. When you cultivate resilience, you stop fearing the storms because you know you're strong enough to weather them. Resilience is built in the moments when you feel like giving up but choose to keep going. It's built when you face failure and use it as fuel to try again. It's built when you embrace discomfort as a necessary part of growth. And the more resilient you become, the less power fear and doubt have over you, because you've proven to yourself, time and time again, that you can handle whatever comes your way. So where does all of this lead? What's the ultimate goal of higher consciousness? It's not about perfection or constant bliss. It's about freedom. Freedom from the limitations of your mind, from the expectations of society, from the fear of failure. It's about living authentically, aligned with your truth and purpose. It's about waking up every day with a sense of clarity, connection, and joy. Imagine what that would feel like, to wake up and know that you are exactly where you're meant to be, to move through life with confidence and ease, trusting that everything is unfolding in your favor, to look at challenges not as roadblocks but as opportunities for growth. This isn't a fantasy, it's your potential, and it's closer than you think. You have everything you need within you, the power to change your thoughts, to shift your emotions, to align with your highest self. The question is, will you use it? Will you choose to see the illusion for what it is and step into your power? Most people won't. Most will stay in the comfort of what's familiar, even if it keeps them stuck. But you're not most people. You're here, listening, ready to take the next step. So, what's it going to be? Will you let doubt and fear dictate your life, or will you choose to rise above them? Will you settle for a life of limitation, or will you embrace the infinite potential that's waiting for you? The choice is yours, and in this moment, you have the power to make it. The moment you choose to rise above the patterns that have kept you small is the moment your life begins to transform. This isn't just about reaching some lofty spiritual goal. It's about reclaiming your ability to live fully, deeply, and authentically. It's about stepping into the truth of who you are, and realizing that everything you've ever needed has been within you all along. Imagine waking up tomorrow, not as the person you've been told to be, but as the person you've always known you could be. Imagine moving through your day with a sense of purpose, so clear that even challenges feel like part of the plan. This isn't some distant dream, it's a choice, and that choice begins right now. So let's make it tangible. The first step is awareness. Take a moment and ask yourself, what stories am I telling myself about who I am? Are they stories of limitation or empowerment? Are they rooted in fear or love? Write them down, look at them, question them. For each limiting belief, ask yourself, is this really true? Or is it something I've been conditioned to believe? The moment you begin to question, you create space for a new story to emerge. Next, focus on your emotions. Emotions are energy in motion, and they hold incredible power to shape your reality. When you feel fear, doubt, or anger, don't push them away. Instead, sit with them. Ask, what are you trying to teach me? Emotions are messengers, and when you listen, they reveal the path to healing and growth. Once you've acknowledged them, practice releasing them. Imagine each exhale as a letting go, clearing space for peace and clarity to take their place. Now let's turn to intention. What do you want to create in your life? Be specific. Don't just think about it. Feel it. Close your eyes and visualize your ideal life. See yourself living it, breathing it, experiencing it. Feel the joy, the excitement, the gratitude. The clearer your vision, the more powerful your intention becomes. And remember, intention isn't just about thinking, it's about doing. Align your actions with your vision, even in the smallest ways. Every step you take is a signal to the universe that you're ready. But here's the most important part. Trust. Trust the process. Trust yourself. Trust the timing of your life. There will be moments when progress feels slow, when doubt creeps back in, when the path ahead seems unclear. In those moments, remind yourself that growth is not linear. Like a seed breaking through the soil, transformation happens beneath the surface before it's visible. Keep going, even when you can't see the results yet. They're coming. As you walk this path, you'll begin to notice changes, not just in your external reality, but within yourself. You'll feel more connected, more present, more alive. You'll start to recognize the synchronicities that were always there, waiting for you to tune into their frequency. You'll realize that the universe isn't something outside of you, it's a part of you. And as you align with it, life becomes not just something you live, but something you co-create. This is the essence of higher consciousness. It's not about escaping the human experience, it's about elevating it. It's about seeing the beauty in every moment, the lesson in every challenge, the infinite potential in every breath. It's about realizing that you are both the wave and the ocean, the creator and the creation. And the best part? This journey is just the beginning. Every step you take toward higher consciousness opens the door to even greater possibilities. There is no limit to what you can achieve, no ceiling on how far you can expand. The only limits are the ones you choose to believe in. So why not choose to believe in your infinite potential? Right now, you have a choice to make. You can let this moment pass, go back to your routines, and continue living within the confines of the familiar. Or you can take a leap of faith. You can choose to break free from the patterns that no longer serve you, and step into the unknown with courage and trust. You can choose to become the person you were always meant to be. The question isn't whether you're ready. Deep down, you already are. The question is whether you'll allow yourself to take that first step. Whether you'll give yourself permission to grow, to evolve, to transform. Because the life you want, the freedom you seek, the peace you crave, it's already within you. All you have to do is claim it. So, I'll leave you with this. What if this moment is the turning point? What if this is the moment you look back on and realize everything changed? The choice is yours. And whatever you decide, remember this. You are more powerful than you know. You are capable of extraordinary things, and you are worthy of a life that reflects the truth of who you are.